Okay, y'all, fanatics, welcome back to Bermuda Grass Central. And as you can see, I got my BYD Scully cap on right here, guys. It's starting to get a little cold, even though I still got the Crush Thy Neighbor t-shirt on. But guys, this video is about more or less of how to cut your yard during the fall. Now, it's going to be a lot of do's and don'ts in this video, a lot of hacks, a lot of shortcuts that you can take. So just pay close attention and we'll figure this out together. Okay, y'all, fanatics, before I start, I just want to show you a couple of things. Now, you see these bags right here on top of my equipment, and this is what I'm using today. I got the BR800, the extended cut right there. I think that's a 45-degree angle, 181 of them. I pulled out the Greenworks electric hedge trimmer, Mower with the bagger, and I pulled out the big boy. Okay, we're going to give the Eagle a break, but this is a dry wrap bag. Guys, these guys are not sponsoring this video, but they did send this to me to test out, and actually I'm gonna test them out tomorrow. You landscapers who have these on the back of your truck, you know what it's all about, keeping your equipment dry. It protects against UV rays. These bags are like a marine type material. They're water resistant and waterproof. Great little option to have on your equipment. So like I said, it's not a review, but at the end of this video, in the description, I'll leave a link to their website and a 10% discount if you plan on buying these bags. All right, so guys, let's just take a look around. And as you can see, I'm starting to get leaves falling on the grass right here. We got that Dino Trap how to clean video coming up. Also, I got to still work on that, but I got to trim these hedges. I'm going to show you how to trim those hedges and get all these leaves without the tarp. All right, what I'm trying to do is streamline the way that you do this, guys. And then you walk around here. We'll look around the back, and we got a couple of little weeds here and there, guys, but that's expected. Let's go check out the back. Okay, y'all, fanatics, and here's another thing. Okay, we had a real bad storm to come through here, and you can see I got a lot of tree limbs, you know, all in the backyard. A lot of pine straw, trash can got blown over. Actually, that security camera, it kept going on and off because of all the stuff that was going on. But you can see I got a lot of debris back here, guys, and this backyard hadn't been cut in over a month. But one of the things you got to do, guys, you got to get all these tree limbs up. You can't cut over that with the lawnmower, because once again it dulls out the blade. Now the pine straw is brown, so that brown pine straw is not going to be an issue, but that green gummy like type, this right here, when you cut over this, that sap gets on your blade and it's acidic and actually deteriorates the blade. Now when I mean deteriorate, I don't mean you see the blade get ate up, guys, but it actually put rust spots and it dulls out the blade a lot faster. And with that juiciness all over the blade tip, it doesn't cut as good. And you can see how long it's been because I got Bermuda grass seed heads back here. I'll get you closer. You see that? And it's a mess back here, man. Mess back here. We actually had a lawn fungus. Somebody asked me, do you put down treatment not this late in the season, guys? I just wouldn't waste the equipment because it's gonna die. And let me show you the weakest part of my lawn. This hasn't been cut in a while either, over here. But look at all of these weeds. Okay, and we did this on purpose. I got moss. I got greasy weed, I mean not greasy, grassy weeds, broadleaf. Some people want to say 4-leaf clovers back here. Some of everything back here. And guys, I intentionally did not treat this because I'm trying to show you guys some things. Look, that great weed right there. And let's see if we can look. Okay, if you look up on the bottom, hopefully you can see that. You see those seeds on that vein? Those are the seeds. This is why a lot of times I tell you to bag your stuff, guys, because when you mulch it, you just throw these all over the yard. Okay, and you saw my previous video, guys. Link is up in the corner. You can check on that. Come fly with BYD. I showed you an overview of my yard. how my yard is still greener than everybody else, but you can see where that shade line is thinning out the grass. Like I said, Bermuda does not like shade, so that'll be the first thing to go, if you can see that right there. Okay, it's something else I want to show you too, guys. Look at this nutsedge. Look at that nutsedge. Now I only got a few of those, and if you don't know what nutsedge looks like, guys, that's what it looks like. All right, and if you want to know how to kill it, click on that video link above and I'll show you how to kill that nutsedge. That's more grapefruit right there, but it's not that bad, guys. It's not that bad. Okay, guys, one of the first things BYD does is I like to go ahead and stick edge my grass, the curb, the edges. I like to go ahead and stick at the edges. And the reason I'm showing you this, guys, is because this is the preferred tool that I would recommend you use to do that. This is not the preferred tool that I recommend you use. Guys, when you use a string trimmer, your line is not going to be straight as it would be if you used a straight edge. Okay, yard fanatics, I'm going to show you the order that I cut my yard during these times. All right, first what I do is I go ahead and stick edge. The second thing I do is I trim the hedges, and I'm going to tell you why. Because when I trim the hedges, I'll just show you that when I get to it. But I trim the hedges, then we go cut the yard, then we go back, do a little weed eating, whatever we have to do, and then we blow. Check it out. Okay, y'all fanatics, hopefully you got a kick out of that stick edge. I love stick edges, don't you? But listen, don't use a string trimmer. All right, guys, next we're gonna do is we're gonna trim this hedge, and I want to show you real quick. All right, we're trimming this, and here's the secret behind it. I'm using the electric Greenworks, non-sponsored, guys. So for you guys who are always complaining about people being sponsored, you need to stop it, because at some point you can't keep doing stuff for free. Now I've spent tons of money on free stuff, and lately we've been getting a few items in here and there. Some of them sponsored, some of them not. But for the guys who don't like people who okay, guys, and what we're gonna do now is, like I said, trim this hedges. And what I really want to show you is when I trim it, you see some leaves already down here. That debris is gonna fall down here. All right, I'm not gonna put a tarp down here. I'm gonna actually let it fall. I'm gonna get the BR-810. We're gonna blow all that debris over into the lawn. I got two options. All right, either I can mulch it or I can bag it. Now I'm gonna use the big boy on one thing to show you how to mulch it. Then I'll go and get the Greenworks. I'll put the bag, we'll go to bag it right there. I'll put the bag on it, and we're gonna run over it, and we're gonna bag it also. Now guys, if you are mulching this late in the season and you're about to try this, you have to have sharp blades on your mower. If you have dull blades on your mower and you're mulching, it's not gonna mulch like it's supposed to. All right, so you got to make sure that the blades are sharp. And I know, guys, I know you don't, people just don't like changing blades. I mean, I don't either, but I have to because of what I do. If you're trying to get this crushed thy neighbor lawn, you have to have a sharp blade on that mower. All right, so check it out. Okay guys, look, I got the since I have the 60-volt Greenworks whole system. All right, the same battery goes in all the equipment, the string trimmer, the hedge trimmer, the weed eater, the lawnmower. So this one battery. So I took it out. Make sure you got it lined up right. And I'm gonna go ahead and use it to trim this hedge. Check it out. So okay, you are fanatics. You saw what I just did, trim the hedges. And let me get out the way so you can see. One of the things you need to make sure is when you get through trimming that hedge, make sure you get all the little loose leaves off of it, because the dead leaves can get infected or some type of disease and end up affecting the other live parts of the tree. So make sure you pick all those off. But you can see I got it cut now. Okay, we're gonna take the blower and we're gonna blow all those leaves off the bottom over into the grass. Like I said, this saves a lot of time. Some people, they'll use the tarp and they'll cut it, put them on the tarp, then you got to put them in a bag, get rid of them. Some people bag them up, but what they do is bag them up, they blow them out in the yard, and they rake them into a pile, then they put them into a recycle bag. I'm not doing any of that. I'm saving a lot of time by just trimming them off the hedges, blowing them out in the grass, and mulching or bagging with my mower. So check it out, I'm finna blow the leaves from up under there. So okay, y'all, for next, you see that I've blown all those leaves out here. All right, so I mean, don't obsess with it, guys. Just get as many as you can out of there, out of the rock bed. You could do this on a pine straw bed, a mulch bed, whatever it is. But sometimes you have to throttle back on the way that you blow it. You don't want to blow it so hard that you're blowing rocks or mulch or whatever back out. So we got all that blown out here, ready to be bagged or ready to be mulched. Okay, now this area down here is a vacuum, which means all the leaves that come in the yard end up getting sucked right in here, up in there. Now once a week, generally I'll come out here and just blow them back out, or I blow them all in there, let them break down, or I blow it all back out into the yard and I mulch them up, all of them. That dragging you here is my blower. But yeah, so that's what we got to do next. I'm gonna blow all this stuff out of here, All right, and then I'll take my weed eater later on. I'm gonna edge that line up so I can get it nice and pretty. All right, so if you're looking at this video, you can tell it's right around Halloween. Got some pumpkins and stuff, but I'm gonna blow all of that stuff out of here. Now, as for this over here, I got choices. You seen in one of my other videos about me putting down the fall fertilization, the organic one, that I blew all the leaves back over there. And I'm gonna do, well, I may not do that. I'm not undecided, but you can blow them back over there, or you can go ahead and mulch them up. Now, mulching the leaves actually does provide a soil buildup for next season. The only downfall is if you got too much to mulch, that won't break down when it gets super cold. So you got to make that decision on how you want to mulch those leaves. Me personally, I mulch over them jokers. I'm trying to save work because at this point in the season, I'm tired, man. I know I do these videos and the average homeowner cut their yard about 20-something times, but I cut my yard about 50 times. All right. So Brown is here dropping off something. Let me see what he got. Okay, yard fanatics. One other thing I want to just show you, I got all that blowed out. And like I said, guys, this is basically a fall and winter, well, more winter, excuse me, more fall, a masterclass on how to cut your lawn. Let me get where you can see me. How to cut your lawn for us in the fall time. Now, you saw I got all the leaves blown out there. Guys, while I stick edge, I took my blower and I blew all that debris back over into the yard also. So you guys who got that excess Bermuda grass hanging over onto the sidewalk, once you stick edge it, blow it back over into the grass, because when we come by and mulch, we're gonna get all of that, mulch or bag. All right. Okay, yard fanatics. Another thing I want to show you too, if you got a lawnmower with rubber wheels on it, periodically you got to check, see what your PSI is. Now I want to get this up, I'll cut that on too soon. I want to get this up to 30. I want each of these tires at 30. The reason you want to make sure that they at the right PSI, because if you had 26 over here and 30 over here, that mower is going to be slightly cocked a little bit to the left and kind of riding like a low rider, with it. You're not in low rider cars, dude, but the cut is not going to be even. Some of you guys would be wondering, why is my grass dark on one side? A couple of reasons. Either your tires are underinflated, or you got the blade on upside down on your lawnmower. You got one on the right way, then you got one on the wrong way. So check those things out. But most definitely, guys, you got to get your PSI. I recommend you go get something like this that has the digital readout, so you can quickly do it. Now it's running to my cigarette lighter inside my truck. Now you see me go to 31, and that's because sometimes when you hit it right at 30, it's not going to be at 30. So we'll just go ahead and take that off, and we'll do the other side. Another thing too, guys, now I got this wheel back here. BYD is still heavy duty. Even though I lost a few pounds, I'm still heavy duty. So we had rain like a couple of days ago. Now riding that heavy wheel across that with me on it could put an imprint in the yard. That's mainly why you've seen me back off using this more throughout the season, because these heavy lawns tend to make your yard become uneven. All right, so I may or may not ride with that wheel. I gotta see. I'm gonna make a couple of test passes and I'll see. I want to keep the wheel on because it's quicker, man. Okay, yard fanatics, now that you see that, I'm gonna take that big mower, run it down through here, and I'll also take that Greenworks and run it down through here with the bagger so we can see what it looks like. Okay, y'all fanatics, look. You see how I mulched up, even though the leaves grew back over here. But that's one way that you could do that. Now, what I don't like, what I just saw, is that my big lower mower is just, it's cutting it too low, man. It's taking away my greenness, and I'm not with that. So I'm finna switch over to the Greenworks, which may cut a tad bit higher because it doesn't weigh much, and it's I think the max height is right about 4 inches. So let's switch over to that. Okay, yard fanatics, now check it out. The HOC, height of cut, just in case you was wondering. See how much better that looks? Now this is the mistake I see a lot of people making, because your mower, you don't have a choice cutting at max height, and you still getting that. That's what you get from contractors when they ride those big mowers over there, and they at max height. Like I said, the ideal is not to get rid of your greenness. You want to keep this greenness until it starts to fade brown. What is that? You want it for the naturally fade. Then you can start going down on the cutting height and taking up some of the grass. But this is how you crush thy neighbor, guys. I know you've been watching the videos and guys have been taking it down, but if it's green, the whole idea behind it is to have a green lawn as long as possible. So stretch out those cuts. Now, if you've been cutting at 1 to 2 inches, it may be totally different. But when I get 2 weeks of rain and it gets up to 5 inches, here we are at the end of fall, I choose the green. So okay, yard fanatics, I'm pooped. But guys, that's pretty much how you maintain your lawn during the fall. Like I said, you got to be mindful of not taking off too much so you can keep your greenery. You're gonna have to choose between bagging and mulching. Discharge, don't do it because it's a waste of time. Make sure that you got a sharp blade. Like I said, here it is, couple of days before Halloween, and the last application synthetic I put was August 15th, and I hadn't did anything since then except for organic fertilizer and biocide. All right guys, so if this video has been helpful and you learned something, click that subscription button, guys. Ring that notification bell. Every time BYD uploads a video, guess what? You will be notified by YouTube. Okay, yard fanatics, still trying to figure out this fall thing? Click on that playlist right there, guys. Make sure you watch my last video. Hopefully this video will help you also. Remember, the merch is available. Once again, you're tuned into Bermuda Grass Central with BYD. This is Michael Bowman, and I'll talk to you soon.